Tres.
Hi, welcome to your Philosopher's Journal. Today we're talking about Michel Foucault. Our team is conformed by Aileen Vela, Romane Jasso, and Alan Alonso.
Paul Michel Foucault, born on October 15, 1926, Poitiers, France, and died in June 25, 1984, in Paris, was a French philosopher considered one of the most influential and controversial in multiple domains, including philosophy, psychology, social, and organizational science of the post-World War II period. Nietzsche was his greatest philosophical influence. He was politically active for several causes, including Christian Reformation, homosexuality, and various more marginalized groups. His major theories was truth, power, and discipline. Metaphysics. Foucault, being someone who propagates dissolution and fixation of modern metaphysics, in all his fragments written with an average of 310 pages for each of his 8 books, not counting here a series of articles and interviews, are they the result of an academic-style critique of modern metaphysics? Foucault's metaphysics is just a criticizing others as Kant's metaphysics, where he talks about the transcendental subject which he describes it as the origin and foundation of knowledge, freedom, language, and history. Foucault says that the transcendental subject is nothing more than a totalizing and absolute speech. That's why Foucault dispenses with modern metaphysics, and rather he explains in a certain way the metaphysics with his epistemology and his other writings. He also says it would be better if the anatomy of the objects were dissected, allowing them to develop at the limit of bodies. His proposal is less metaphysical, ontological, and more metaphysical, topological.
Now, theory of value. Well, the care of the self, it's a proposal that offers us three thoughts about care. The first one has to do with the self-care. This philosophy includes an ethical behavior based on human freedom that must go as far as the freedom of others begin. The second component includes caring for others and is based on a principle of politics. It corresponds to those to exert government of a country to take care of others. The philosophy of taking care of others is a thought that includes an ecological attitude to learn to take care of the environment, the social and the cultural environment in which we move. Foucault believes that if we take care of ourselves, we can have tools to take step towards developing competencies for life and for caring for others. Michel Foucault thought that life should be taken as a work of art, as a creative process of an individual transformation. It is about making one's life a work of art, about freeing oneself from the contagion by the social structures in which it governs the law of the safe who can. And self-care is a long permanent practice that tends to ensure continuous exercise of freedom. The purpose of the practice is precisely freedom.
Epistemology was a central concern of Michel Foucault. He denies the fusion of knowledge with power. Epistemology tries to address the question of knowledge as a transcendent entity, similar to Plato's ideal forms. The most important and influential of his ideas was Foucault's claim that power and knowledge constitute that power and knowledge directly implicate each other. Just like Kant, Foucault believes that the history of science is not one single smooth trajectory towards more and more knowledge. Instead, there are sudden changes, sudden ruptures. He believes that big ruptures occur when certain background assumptions are changed, and Foucault calls this an episteme. Michael doesn't just want to move away from the individual subject to explanations that are at larger scale involving groups of individuals. He wants to move away entirely from the level of the consciousness of subjects.